under this particular module, which is the computer hardware and software. So we have been looking at the computer hardware and the software, and we've done the hardware, then we did peripheral devices, and now we are going to the auxiliary equipment. So let's take a refresh of our brain on what we did in the last class. And under this short summary, we talked about the peripheral devices in our last class, and I said peripheral devices helps computer to communicate with users. So the peripheral, they help the computers to communicate with the users. I give an example, like you have here this our brain now. For an example, it is the central nervous system, and the other parts like the hand, the ear, the nose, the mouth, your fingers, all those things are the peripheral devices that helps your body to communicate well. So those are the peripheral devices, and the peripheral devices have only two functions, only two importances, which is they act as an input device and they also act as an output device. So which means they're taking information or they process information and they show results. They show results, they take in information. So under the input devices, we have the keyboard, the mouse, the joystick, and the scanner. And I showed us a picture of that. And we talked about the keyboard, the types of the keyboard that we have. I told us that we have the function keys, we have the control keys, we have the numeric keypad. Then under the mouse, we have the left, we have the right, we have that scroll. Then we talked about the joystick and the scanner. So all these input devices are used to enter data. They are all used to enter data. Then for the output devices, we talked about TV here. We talked about the monitor, the printer, the speaker. All of us are familiar with all these TV output devices. The monitor helps to show results here virtually. You see it on the screen. For example, you put in a CD inside your computer, you put in a CD inside your laptop. For you to watch a movie, it will pop out, you'll be able to see. Then a printer, for an example, also it is used to print. It is used to print. It is used to print to show results of documents. Hard copy documents. Hard copy documents. And another one is speaker. Speaker is for sound. It used to produce sound. Maybe you are trying to produce a music, you are trying to make music production or a sound production, then you make use of the speaker and sound. So this is used to display results. That is the importance of the output device. So let's go to today's class, which is auxiliary equipment. So let's take a look at the introduction of this course. Let's take a look at it to see the introduction of this course. So auxiliary equipment are support devices that is used together with a computer. Auxiliary equipment, they are support devices that are used to work together with computer. So that's the meaning of auxiliary equipment. That is what they do. They support devices. So the meaning of this auxiliary equipment is they refers to like an extra or a supporting gear, like extra, like add-on that help the main thing to work. There's this main thing that work. For an example now, a camera of a phone. You know, some people use phone to record a video. How does that work? They use the camera of the phone instead of them to go and buy a video camera. They use the camera of phone to record the video. They add it to all this stuff. Is a tripod here? They are calling them. So they add it to it. They will insert it, stand it, use it to record. That camera is the auxiliary equipment. It supports the phone to be used to video. So auxiliary equipment are support devices that is used together with computer. So computer is the main thing, while the auxiliary equipment are there to support the device. So which means they are like extra, they are like jara, like add-on that helps the computer to work well. So they are not computers, not at all, but computers cannot work properly without them. See the word properly. Not that the computer will not work without them, but the computer cannot work without them properly. Okay. So is it, can everybody hear me? All right. CEO, can you hear me well now? She's still there. If, can you hear me? All right, cool. I'm talking about the auxiliary equipment. Please, if you cannot hear me, indicate in the comment section so that I will know maybe the issue is coming from my end. So they are not computers, but computers cannot work properly without them. So meaning that these auxiliary devices, they are not computer. They are not what that you can type on, what can show you output, what can take in input devices and bring out results for you. No, they are not something like that. They don't work that way. You will understand. So they don't work that way. But what they do is they actually act. They just help. They assist the computer to work properly. That is the main function. So they assist the computer to work properly. Without them, the computer will not be able to work properly. Without them, the computer will not be able to work properly. So think of them like generator plus fan plus stabilizer, helping your TV to work well at home. So think of them like something like that. You have a generator at home now, and the generator, you have a fan also behind that generator. Sorry. So the generator, you have a fan, and you have a stabilizer that helps you to stabilize the voltage of the current that the generator is passing through to your house. So that fan is helping your TV to work well at home at the same time. So all of these are auxiliary equipment. The fan, the stabilizer is an auxiliary equipment that helps to make your TV work well at home. So in Nigeria, where heat, dust and unstable electricity are common, these devices are very important in computer laboratories, in cyber cafes, in banks and in offices. So this auxiliary equipment, their importance here is because we are in a country where the light is not stable and there is a lot of heat, there is a lot of dust. So you get, there's a lot of heat, there's a lot of dust. So this auxiliary equipment helps. They are very important in computer laboratories, cafes, banks. They have been to the bank, you will see that majority of those desktops are having UPS. Or the function of the UPS is to save their work when the lights will go. Whenever the lights go, they'll be able to save. They'll be able to save their documents, their information, whatever they are doing before their desktop will go off. So examples of these auxiliary equipment, we have the air condition, we have the voltage stabilizer, we have the line voltage transformer, and we have the uninterrupted power supply. So these are the 4 examples of the auxiliary equipment that we're going to be looking at today. Air conditioner, voltage stabilizer, line voltage transformer, uninterrupted power supply. So for an air conditioner now, we know what air conditioner means, the AC that we use in our offices or that we use at home to help to stabilize the heat inside our house or to blow the dust away. Mainly it's just to make the house to be very cool. Then we have the voltage stabilizer that acts as either a step up or a step down stabilizer. That's the work. It's either they step up currency when they are low, or they help you step down currency when they are high. That's the two function the stabilizer can do for you. So instead of that high currency to enter into your TV directly, a stabilizer is going to step it down before it enters. So anything that wants to burn your TV will first pass through the stabilizer first, and the stabilizer acts as a semiconductor at the same time. So a line voltage transformer also, this one also it helps to step up and step down current. Then we have the UPS. This one is just for you to, it serves as a power bank for a computer instead of the power bank we are using for a phone. But this one stands as a power bank for a computer that helps you to save your data before the light and before your desktop should go off when they take the light. So we can see all of this in a cyber cafe. We see them in banks, we see them in offices, we see them in computer lab. So after this study, after this unit, we should be able to identify an auxiliary equipment. We should be able to explain why they are important in the computer environment. So let's go to the first one, which is the AC. Let's go to the AC. Let's look at the AC. What does it mean? What's the meaning of AC? So a computer is an electronic machine. Yeah, as a computer is an electronic machine. So it is therefore capable of generating heat. In a computer environment where you place a computer, it is an electronic machine, and anything that is electronic, anything that works with light, anything that powers with battery or that powers with current, anything that powers current, or that is powered by current rather, is capable of generating heat. It is capable of generating heat. So a computer is manufactured to operate in an environment with a specific temperature range. Let's look at this. A computer is manufactured to operate in an environment with a specific temperature range. So there is a particular temperature range that has been programmed for a computer to perform. If a computer is operating higher than that temperature range, there is a probability that the computer is going to develop fault. It's either something will get burned inside, maybe the AC, maybe the motherboard, maybe the IC, maybe the motherboard. So that is why this AC is important. So when the temperature of the environment in which a computer is kept falls outside the specific range, the computer may function badly and consequently get damaged. So when a computer that is placed in a particular environment for a specific temperature range, if it starts to falls outside that specific range, for an example, the temperature of a human being is supposed to be 36.9 or 37. If your temperature starts to fall outside that range, it means your body will start malfunctioning. It's either you will start developing high temperature rather. That means you are not functioning well, and if care is not taken, the person is going to be hospitalized. So same thing applicable here. There's a specific range, a specific temperature range that has been programmed for the computer to operate, and the moment it steps out from that specific range, the computer will start functioning badly, to start hanging. You are using a computer and you see that the computer is very hot because you are in a place that there's no fan, there's nothing like fan, there's nothing like AC, and instead of you to drop it, to leave it for you to calm down, you are still pressing it. You will see that the computer will start functioning badly. So, and it will consequently get damaged. So the free air is basically dust laden, and dust is metallic in nature. A dust is metallic in nature, and in nature, and as such capable of conducting electricity. So if dust is allowed to settle on a computer particularly, the electronic circuit, the dust can breach two circuits. So if a dust is metallic in nature. I don't know if you've heard that before, but a dust is metallic in nature and it is capable of conducting electricity. So when you have a computer and inside the place that it is, dust is entering into your computer, dust is on your computer, on your PC. A dust is capable of conducting electricity. So imagine that there is a dust in your computer and there is heat. If your computer is generating a lot of heat at the same time, so the dust can bridge two circuits in your computer, and the bridging of these two electronic circuits may cause a serious damage to the computer. So thus, air conditioners are needed in a computer environment to to for the condition the temperature and prevent dust. So air conditioners is needed in the computer environment to actually reduce the condition of the temperature and to also prevent dust. When you have a fan, when you have an AC in a computer environment, it helps to prevent dust and it helps to regulate the temperature of the computer. It prevents the computer from getting damaged because of heat. It prevents the computer from getting damaged because of dust. So that is for this auxiliary equipment that is called air condition. So let's look at the simple explanation of this AC. A computer produces heat when working. When a computer is working, for example, the computer I'm using to take this class currently is producing heat. It's currently producing heat. And if there's no AC here, if there's no fan here, it's going to start developing faults. It's going to start functioning badly. I can press, for example, today in the morning I wanted to press 5. No, I pressed I, but it was pressing 5. The reason is because it has already worked beyond the specific temperature range. So I have to switch it off and place it beside the fan for it to cool down first. So it's something that can happen when a computer produces heat when working. Too much heat, computer damage. When there's too much heat and there's no coolant in the computer environment, the computer can damage. So an air conditioner helps to control the temperature. It helps to control temperature and it helps to remove dust from the environment. That's the two basic functions of an AC in the computer environment. So it controls temperature, it removes dust from the environment. And another one is another Nigerian example for this is, think about a computer lab in Lagos afternoon. In Lagos afternoon heat without AC. If you enter a computer lab, for an example, in Lagos afternoon without AC, so the system will overheat and it will be hanging frequently. It can even shut down unexpectedly because there's no proper ventilation there. So also Nigeria air dust from roads and harmattan, like Nigeria conditions of this dust from road and harmattan. Dust can enter computer circuit and cause electrical short circuits. So the functions of this AC, let's look at the functions, is to keep system cool, to prevent overheating and to reduce dust. Those are the three basic functions of AC. Those are the three basic functions. It prevents overheating and it also reduces dust. So these are very important. System cools, it prevents overheating, it reduces dust. So those are the three functions of that. So let's continue. Let's look at the voltage stabilizer. So under this voltage stabilizer, electricity supply in Nigeria is not stable. Yeah, we all know that. So a voltage can go from high purge, like high, which is the purge, which is the power surge, and to low, which is the power drop, suddenly. So we are aware of this, that here in Nigeria, electricity can be crazy. It's something we know. So electricity supply in Nigeria is not stable. So your voltage can go from high. So your electricity can actually go from a high voltage and at the same time it might come again and go to a very low voltage, and at the same time it can just off suddenly. So these three things can happen when we are in Nigeria and we are using our electricity here. So I can actually be low at the same time and can actually off suddenly. So a voltage stabilizer controls electricity before it enters the computer. So that is the work of a voltage stabilizer. So that's the function of a stabilizer. It helps to control electricity before it enters the computer. So we are talking about this voltage stabilizer, and I said a computer when switched on, they take off a cold state, they warm up and gradually get to a hot state. For a computer, if you on a computer, we have something that is called a cold booting and we have a warm booting. If you on your computer, you are doing a cold booting because it has been down for a while, so you decide to switch it on. When you switch on the computer, it's going to take off from that cold state, it will warm up and it will gradually get to a hot state. So, and at a hot state, a computer is always roaming in an attempt to find something to do. When it gets to that hot state, it's always active to get something to do. His mind is prepared already to get something to do. So in a situation where the public electricity, such as this, our NEPA, our PHCL in Nigeria now, is cut suddenly, the computer will suddenly be brought to a halt. Did you get this kind of illustration I'm giving? If you want your computer system now, it will start from a cold state, then it will warm up, and it will suddenly become in a hot state because it's active for anything you send to it, any data you send into the computer is ready to give you the answer back. So it's ready. It's an active robot, it's an active electronic machine that is prepared to take any of your requests at any time. So imagine something that is hot like that is prepared already, that is active, and NEPA just cut off the light. They just off it suddenly like that. It's going to take the action of that computer to a halt. It's going to take the action of the computer to a halt. So the sudden power cut may cause the computer to lose memory of some basic housekeeping operation when power eventually returns and the computer is switched on. So when this computer is switched on back, it will actually lead to a loss of memory, to a loss of some certain things. Okay, I don't know if some of us have experienced this thing. If you are using a computer and you are working with a Microsoft Word, for an example, if your computer should go off, when you click on the Microsoft Word again, when your computer should come up, if you click on it, it's going to show you an auto recovery something, and that is if you back it up. If you back your WPS up, it's going to show you a auto recovery, which means those documents were supposed to be deleted, but because you activated the guy, kilo shele na, this network is crazy, bro. Sorry, please. Is it only me that is experiencing this network issue, or is it something that everybody is in? Is it affecting everybody? Damilola, is it general? Are you experiencing it, or is only me because this one is? It's like I will need to climb a tree this night. Yeah, we need to climb a tree this night because I don't know what's going on here. I've switched to different network. MTN is not working. I'm currently using an Airtel network here. I don't even know. So let's just bear it in mind. Don't worry, tomorrow Tinubu will do better. So we are talking about. I was actually explaining something for us that if you have this, if the light should go off in a computer, you are using a Microsoft Word, it will show you, and if you click on the document again, the document is supposed to be deleted, but because there's an auto recovery backup, it's going to just show you that this thing is still here. Do you want to recover it back? That is the kind of damage an electricity supply of Nigeria that is not stable can cause us. You might have taken like 2 hours of your time to type something or to bring out something, but because you did not save it, when they take the light, suddenly the document is gone. You have to start again. That is that. So a voltage stabilizer controls electricity before it enters the computer. So that is the work of this voltage stabilizer. It controls if an electricity is high, before it enters into the computer, it controls it. It makes it it reduces the effect so that it will not burn anything on your computer, in your computer rather. So, and if the light is low at the same time, it will also help to take it up a bit so that your computer can work. If you have seen a TV, the TV guide that we have in our houses for our TV, that's also a stabilizer. Those TV guide, that white TV guide is also a stabilizer. If you notice that when there's high current, it's going to show red, your TV will not on. And if the light is also low, it will still show red and your TV will not on. So it helps to control. It helps to tell you that this light is high, this light is low. It helps to regulate that. So why is this voltage stabilizer important? It is important. Sudden power failure it is important because sudden power failure number one, it can damage your files. A sudden power failure can damage your files, so that is why a voltage stabilizer is very important. Imagine NEPA just onning light, offing light, onning light, offing it. So when you have a voltage stabilizer, it helps to control that electricity, and it will not make the sudden power failure to damage your files. Another reason is crash operating system. So a sudden power failure can crash your operating system, and when the operating system has crashed, a computer cannot function well because it is the operating system that helps a computer to function well. Then another one is spoil computer hardware. Yes, when there is a sudden power failure, it can burn your keyboard, it can burn your mouse. All these computer hardware, all these things we see, it can burn your speaker. So a Nigeria example is when NEPA suddenly restore lights with high voltage, TVs and computers without stabilizer often get damaged. If a NEPA suddenly restore light, maybe they took off the light, they were trying to restore it, and suddenly they just bring the light with high voltage, your TV, your computer, they are going to get damaged if you are not careful. That is why you see that your adapter, your charger will just burn like that because there is a sudden high voltage. So functions of this voltage stabilizer is to maintain steady voltage supply. It helps to maintain steady voltage supply. That is the main important function of this voltage stabilizer. It helps to maintain a steady voltage supply. It balances it that this current will not affect the computer. At the same time, the current is not too low for it to carry the computer. So it will just be at a normalized voltage supply. So that is for the voltage stabilizer. So let's look at the line voltage transformer now. The line voltage transformer. So for this line voltage transformer, the computers are built to operate within a specific range of voltage. So computers are built with different voltage. So different countries use different voltage. The reason is because their electricity voltage is different. For an example, USA is using 110 voltage, 110 voltage. While Nigeria we are using 240 voltage. USA is using 110 volts, Nigeria is using 240 volts. That is why every bulb you buy here in Nigeria is different. It must not be more than this 240 volts, because that is the general voltage for Nigerian lights, and for USA their own is 110 voltage. So what is the function of this line voltage transformer? What is the function? So a voltage transformer is a device that is meant to step up or step down a voltage as the case may be. Under any circumstances, under any condition, a line voltage transformer's work, his own work, is meant to step up or step down a voltage. So for an example now, under this step down, we are using USA and Nigeria as an example. If you use this line voltage transformer and from Nigeria and you want to reduce it to USA, you are going to use a step down voltage transformer. It will step the light down from 240 to 110. And if you want to step it up from USA to Nigeria, you use a step up. It will increase it from 110 to 240. So a line voltage transformer changes voltage level. They changes voltage level. They help to step up and step down a voltage. Do you understand? So the computer, and when they are doing this, the computer power units will blow. Like, let's say this Nigeria voltage now, that is 240. So just bear it in mind with me tonight. I don't know what's going on, but I believe it's Chelsea people at work. So we are talking about the line voltage transformer. So I wanted to give an illustration that this Nigeria voltage, that is 240 volts, if you want to change it to a USA voltage and you did not use a transformer, it's going to blow the computer up directly. It's going to blow it off directly. So that is where this line voltage transformer comes in. That is the help of them. That is what they do. So they help to stabilize, they regulate, and they step up and step down a voltage as the case may be. So let's give a Nigeria example of this. If you buy a laptop from America and you plug it directly into a Nigeria current without transformer, it may blow. Did you see that? Because the reason is because the laptop you bought from America, it has been regulated to a volt of 110 volts. So if you plug it to Nigerian currency, that is 240 volts, 240 is higher than 110. So which means it's going to blow off your computer. It's going to blow it off. You need to use a transformer to step down to correct and regulate the voltage, so that the laptop will understand that, yeah, I'm in Nigeria now, I'm not in America. So it has to be regulated so that it can operate well. So modern computers now sometimes adjust voltage automatically. Yeah, so modern computers now, they automatically adjust voltage, they adjust their voltage, because they believe it's not every users that are experts, it's not every users that are professional. There are some novice and amateur users that they will just carry computers and just plug it directly without even asking or checking all those stuffs. So that is why the modern computers now, they sometimes adjust voltage automatically. So the main function of this line voltage transformer is to convert voltage to correct level. So the meaning of this correct level is to convert the voltage maybe from 240 volts to 110 volts to step it down, or maybe from 110 volts to 240 volts to step it up. So different country with their different voltage. We only use USA and Nigeria as an example, so you understand. So let's go to the third one, which is the, and let's go to the fourth one, which is the UPS. So let's look at the UPS. So a UPS is also an auxiliary equipment, it's an auxiliary hardware. So this one too is an auxiliary hardware that is capable of converting public electricity raw line into fine line. So look at the term that is used there. It is a public electricity, it helps to convert public electricity raw line into fine line. So a UPS is like a small backup battery for a computer. The same way your power bank helps to back up your phone. So UPS is like a small backup battery for a computer. I've not seen a computer power bank before, I've not seen that, but UPS is common. That is the common backup battery for a computer. So when your light goes off, when electricity goes off suddenly, that UPS will keep the computer on for a short time. That device I used to do that, you'll be hearing sound like under your desktop, under your computer, that is a UPS. So it actually keeps the computer on for a short time, not for a long time, but for a short time, depending on how the UPS is charged. If the UPS is very charged, if it is charged fully, you should be able to take your computer for like 30 minutes for you to save your documents before they on the backup chain or before they on the light again. So that is an explanation for the UPS, uninterruptible power supply. So the main function of this is it cleans electricity supply. That is when I said raw line to fine line. The main function of this UPS is to clean electricity supply. It helps to clean it. So it conditions the voltage that is fed into the computer. The voltage that is being fed into the computer, this UPS helps to condition it. So it cleans the electricity supply. That is the first function. Then the second one, it stores electrical energy. UPS stores electrical energy. It acts as a power bank. It acts as a small backup battery. So the UPS stores electrical charge so that when the light goes off suddenly, it's going to give back those electrical energy that it has saved. It's going to give them back to the computer so that it can take the computer for a short time. Then the third one, supplies power when electricity goes off. UPS supplies power when electricity goes off. That year we used to use this UPS to charge our phone. So you can also use it to charge your phone for a very short time. Maybe you want to just boost it, but it is mainly for computer. So it supplies power when electricity goes off. So a Nigeria example of this is you are typing assignments in a school lab, and I don't know why they are using PACL. Use NEPA. NEPA takes light. Yeah, NEPA takes light. So without this UPS, your work is lost. Everything you are doing on that computer, anything you are doing in the school lab, your work is lost. But with UPS, you save file and you shut down safely. If you are with UPS, you will be able to save file and you'll be able to shut down safely without losing your work, without losing your documents. And the computer is not going to just come to an halt. If you want to run it again, it's going to start from the normal code booting. So that is a Nigeria example of that. maintain steady electricity. And we have line transformer that converts voltage level. This converts voltage level. And we have UPS that provides temporal power during outage. So they protect computers from electrical damage and ensure smooth operation. These are the work of this auxiliary equipment. So those are the work for the auxiliary equipment. So let's, with this unit, I hope we're able to get some things, even though the network was giving us issues, but at least we're able to understand some certain things. So let's go to the practice questions. Let's look at some practice questions before we end the class. So the first one is, what are auxiliary equipment? Like, what do you understand by this auxiliary equipment that I'm talking about? Auxiliary equipment. And you have to just give 2 examples at least. Guy, this network won't turn me to madman for you today. Where the Wi-Fi? I see the network won't kill me. They say, am I done? I know of them. I just unput them. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for bearing it with me. Thank you for staying here. So back to the question I was asking, that what are auxiliary equipment, and who can give us, like, who can explain to us and what auxiliary equipment really mean, and with 2 examples. Yeah. Yeah, is there anybody that can help us with the answer for this? What are auxiliary equipment? They are just very straightforward, like normal devices that we do according to what I've explained. Alright, so I guess we did not have proper understanding about this. Yeah, hello ma, see you. Hi. Alright. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me? Alright, so do you want to help us out, like the auxiliary equipment? What you understand by auxiliary equipment? Alright, thank you.
Auxiliary equipment are support devices used together with the computer.
Yeah, cool. So can you help us with 2 examples, Biko?
Examples of auxiliary equipment are: 1, air conditioner,
Thank you.
and voltage stabilizer.
Alright. You want to finish it? You ready to? Yeah.
Line voltage
Okay, yeah, line
transformer,
voltage transformer, yes. There's the many one.
then uninterrupted power supply.
So thank you, uninterrupted power supply. Thank you very much for your contribution to this. So auxiliary equipment, they are all supporting devices that helps the computer to work properly. They are not the computer she gets, but they are just like a device that helps the computer to work actively and properly. Thank you very much. So let's go to the second one. It says, yeah, who can tell us the three functions of a UPS? I told us that a UPS is the one that, yeah, okay, that we should be familiar with that. So don't let me answer. Alright, Oluwadamilola. Yeah, my namesake. Oh. But my own is not having Oluwa. My own is not having Oluwa. Alright, continue.
The function of the UPS.
Yes.
Number one, the UPS prevents it prevents data
Not
loss.
prevent, functions. Not prevention. Functions of the UPS. The function. The functions.
Okay. Functions of the UPS. It makes managing power when electricity is
Yeah, sharp. Number one.
it stabilizes voltage and regulate network.
Yeah, sharp. Number two. I don't. That's not correct.
Network.
No, change it. That's for line voltage. A UPS does not. Is it part of it? Is the line voltage that correct? Instead, it no, it doesn't. It doesn't stabilize voltage. Think of it. Think of something else. You're already mixing them up. Yeah, I'm waiting, Odamilola. You are correct with the first one. See you. Alright, can I hear you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, man. Don't go. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Alright, thank you very much. I don't climb tree. So, okay, the three functions of the UPS. Yeah, can you help us with something?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
The UPS it stores electrical energy.
Yeah, thank you very much. It stores electrical
It
energy.
cleans it cleans it cleans it cleans the
Sup
supply
yeah, supply. It helps to clean the electricity supply.
and it supplies electricity.
Thank you very much. So why yeah, those are the three functions of the UPS. Yes, I heard you very well. So those are the three functions of the UPS. So thank you very much. See you. Okay. Thank you for the contribution. Oluwadamilola, are you still here?
Yes,
Okay, did you hear that?
my name is very bad.
You
My
just
network
your
is bad.
network. Okay. Are you staying are you in Ikorodu?
Yes.
Oh, you see, we have the same problem. That's where I am currently. So I think the network here is just general. Okay, so the three functions of a UPS, they clean electrical supply, they actually stores charge here. So they store electrical charges and they help to power the electricity back to the computer if the light suddenly goes off. So these are just the basic function of the UPS. So let's go to third question. Explain why a voltage stabilizer is important in Nigeria. Yeah, in Nigeria, oh, we are not talking about another country. In Nigeria, why is a voltage stabilizer important? So before you answer that, let me take us back to the meaning of this voltage stabilizer. So a voltage stabilizer is, how will I put it? Say it is a stabilizer that helps to regulate. It helps to regulate the current that is, or the voltage that is coming into the computer. It helps to regulate it, put it in a very normal stabilized position. Alright, so who can explain why a voltage stabilizer is important in Nigeria? In this Nigeria, we know there's no light stable, there's no stability of light. Alright, see you, your hand is still up. Do you want to answer or you just forgot to drop your hand? Okay.
Yes, I want to
You want to answer?
yes.
Alright, thank you. Alice, I'm
The
coming to
reason
you.
why we use the voltage stabilizer in Nigeria is because the light intensity. For instance, in paper they use light within that much voltage to apply.
Yeah,
Your computer will get damage more easily.
thank you. Yes,
By
yes.
the voltage of the light.
Yeah, it's still stabilizer. Yeah, you're still correct. Alright. So thank you. Alice, do you want to add something to that? Do you have your own additional answer?
The voltage
Add to it, your
stabilizer is
voice, add to
important.
it.
Okay, the voltage stabilizer is important because it's important in Nigeria because we don't use it for electrification of vehicles.
Yeah, because the power supply is not and why is our power supply like what can happen to your computer because of this power supply that is not stable if there is no voltage stabilizer? Thank you. So it can actually create a damage. It can damage your computer. Yeah, thank you, Alice, for the addition. All right, Oluwadamilola, do you have anything to add?
A voltage stabilizer is important in Nigeria because we use power and electricity
Uh,
to run steady.
yeah, don't worry. Yeah, you are trying to say something, but it's not connecting. Maybe it's the network that has put you in that stress. Okay, so that is for the practice questions. So let's go to the objective questions that we have before we end it. So let's look at these objective questions, right? Let's start from the first one. Please let's bear it in mind. Let's just do some follow up and put this and be getting connected with all these questions. There's no way you will not see them. In this GST, some students have actually screenshotted their TME and they are seeing this and that there. Let's just put mind in this. The first question says auxiliary equipment are best described as dash. Yeah, it helps to support device use with computers. And number two, the main function of an air conditioner in a computer room is to dash. What is the main function? B. Yeah, cool the environment and reduce the dust. Then the third one, a voltage stabilizer is used to dash. Yeah, it is used to maintain a constant voltage supply. Yeah. So the fourth question, a line voltage transformer is used to dash. What is the line voltage transformer used for? Yeah, it is used to convert voltage levels. That's the correct answer. Then for five, UPS stands for what? Uninterrupted power supply. Please let's mind the way we are going to be spelling that uninterrupted. Look at it very well and be mindful of it. So let's go to the fill in the gap section now. Dash equipment are devices that support the functioning of a computer. What are, yeah, so how do we write it? What do we start with? So that A will be in capital letter. Yeah. So anything that starts a sentence, capital letter. Question 2. A computer generates dash during operation. What does a computer generate during operation? It. Thank you. A computer generates it. The it is in small letter because it's in the middle of the sentence. Then number 3, the third question, an air conditioner helps to control dash in a computer room. What does it control? Temperature. Then the fourth question, dust. What did you say? Yeah, thank you. Small letter T. Temperature. So number 4, dust can cause dash between electronic circuits. Dust can cause with a normal function. I actually use a word there. It can actually cause a bridge, between electronic circuits. Bridge like BRIDGE. And when something wants to cut, like between a circuit, a dust, I said dust is metallic in nature. So when it's on the computer system and there's power supply inside the computer system, it can make some circuits inside the computer to cut short. So dust can bridge between electronic circuits, bridge, and the B will start with small letter. So number 5, a dash stabilizer helps to regulate electricity supply. Yeah, a voltage stabilizer. Then number 6, in Nigeria, the standard voltage is about dash volts. What is the standard voltage for Nigeria? 240. What of USA? What of for USA? If Nigeria is 240, what of for USA? What can I remember? Yeah, 110. Don't just say 110. 110 voltage. 110 V. V stands for voltage. So number 7, a line transformer can dash or step down voltage. Step up. So a line voltage transformer can either step up or step down voltage. So let's go to number 8. UPS stores dash energy for later use. What kind of energy does the UPS stores? Power. No, how is it connected to power? If you plug what did you say? Electrical energy. Thank you. So a UPS stores electrical energy because it is connected to electricity now. Anything coming out from the electricity is electrical rather. So number 9, UPS supplies power when the power electricity line is dash. The UPS supply power when the power electricity line is off. Thank you, is off. Number 10, sudden power failure can cause loss of dash in a computer. Loss of data. Data as DATA. Data as DATA. Okay, so thank you everybody for that. So that is all for the auxiliary equipment. So they are just the supporting device to the computer. So in our next class we are going to continue with the next one. So I really want to appreciate us for bearing this with us. Like, I was frustrated with the network share, but all thanks that we were able to finish the class tonight. So thank you very much. I really appreciate us for everybody that has contributed. Yeah, thank you very much. Please let's try to make use of all these things, and at our leisure time go back to it, read it, go through it. All these things will not store in your head if you do not read it again. So all these things that we did today, if they ask you in the next 3 days, there's probability that you would have forgotten. The reason is because you didn't go back to it. So let's try as much as possible to just go back to it and refresh our brain. That is why you do a note taking. You go back to your notes, you read it, so that it will stay in your head at least. Even though after your exam you are not more using it, but let it be in your head. These are things that you are supposed to be familiar with in the normal day life. Sure, you understand. So I really appreciate every one of us. Thank you. Let's call it a day. Okay, night. Yeah. Bye. Alright, take care of yourself. They are expensive equipment. So your computers they are expensive equipment, and they must be protected from heat. They must be protected from dust, and they must be protected from voltage fluctuation, sudden power failures. Yeah, all these four things they must be protected from it, so that your computer will not be damaged, so that your expensive equipment will not just go like that. So the best protection arrangement is the power source must be from the power source. You must have a stabilizer, you must have a UPS before everything is connected to the computer. So this gives multiple levels of safety. So this helps to give multiple levels of safety. In your computer environment, you have an AC, you have a voltage stabilizer, you have a line voltage transformer, you also have a UPS. Your computer is going to be safe. The computer environment is going to be conducive for any users that wants to work in that environment. Even you as a user, if you want to use that kind of environment to do whatever, your brain will be very balanced to work on. You want to code, you want to build a app, you want to do whatever, you will have a settled mind to do it, because the environment is attractive and is conducive. So a summarization of everything we did is that auxiliary equipment, they are supporting devices. Yeah, don't forget that. They are not computers at all, but they help computers to work properly. Not that the computer will not work. Everything we have been saying now is not that the computer will not work, but it will help the computer to function properly. So they just act as a supporting device. And we said we have the AC, the air conditioner, which controls the temperature and remove the dust. And we have the voltage stabilizer, which maintains steady electricity. Lekon, see they do your network like this. Sorry for the disconnect. I've tried to check for trees, but there's no tree in this area. I'm applying the tree this night. So talking about the summary, I said we have the air conditioner that controls temperature and remove dust. So this controls